Bro, look
Bro,
now, I
look,
will show you
now
one of
I
the
will show
biggest
you one of the
financial
biggest
traps in the
financial
world.
traps in the world.
And most
And
people don't
most
even
people don't even
realize
realize it.
because the thing
Because
is more
the thing
different
is
than
more
the car.
different than the
thing
car.
is
The thing is
psychology.
psychology.
Now look, buying
Now
a
look,
car, yes,
buying
looks
a
very
car,
big in the
yes,
eye,
looks
but
very
renting doesn't look very small, right? But when you rent, small money goes out of your pocket. You don't even notice it. But you should. Always humans try to get better things, but sometimes they get tired, exhausted, and move to different topics. Now let me explain to you a little with example. Jake goes and does leasing. Marcus buys the same car with credit card. Both think themselves smart. Jake says, "Bro, I only paid 299, ha ha ha." Of course, here he laughs. Marcus starts losing his mind inside because he pays $522 every month. Because seeing 522 feels psychologically like getting beaten. But the funny part is this: when you see who is poorer after 10 years, your brain gives error. Because the thing that looks cheap sometimes steals from you more. And dealership never tells you this. Because they sell you monthly payment, not total cost. And the game starts here. People don't look at the car, they look at the how much monthly part. And that question can be one of the most expensive questions in your life. Now, the story is like this: Jake and Marcus, same salary, same city, same age, both earn 55,000. Both want the same $30,000 sedan, same color, same model, same package. But when leaving the dealership, their lives separate. Jake signs leasing. 36 months, 2,000 down payment, monthly 299. Salesman says, "Bro, perfect deal, low payment, zero car inside warranty, after 3 years leave the key and exit." It sounds extremely clean. Marcus takes 60-month loan, 3,000 down payment, pays 522 monthly. So every month $223 more than Jake. And he feels this from the first day. When leaving the dealership, Jake feels like he hacked the system. Marcus thinks, "Did I get scammed, bro?" But there is one thing Jake doesn't understand. One person buys something, the other only rents. Marcus's every paid dollar goes to a piece that belongs to him. Jake's every paid dollar disappears into air. But leasing looks extremely beautiful in first years. This is where the thing tricks people. New car smell, people's looks, full warranty, a C broke warranty, brakes gone warranty. The guy only gives money for gas. No stress on. You look at Marcus, the guy pays 522 every month. On top of that, the car drops from 30,000 to 27,000 first day. So think before even arriving home, he became $3,000 poorer. End of year, the car 23,000. Second year, around 20,000. But loan debt still 22,000. So the guy has more debt than the car. This is called underwater. And psychologically terrible feeling because every payment feels like going into a hole. Jake sees this. His environment sees this. Everyone starts saying, "Leasing makes more sense, bro." Because people only look at today. They don't think long term. Now, after 3 years, we open the numbers. Jake paid 2,000 down payment plus 299 for 36 months. Total, 12.76 $4. Marcus paid 3,000 down payment plus 522 for 36 months. Total, $21.79 $2. So Jake looks like he spent almost $10,000 less. And here most people would close the video and say, "Okay, leasing won." But the real game starts now. Because after 3 years, Jake's lease ends. Dealership calls him again and puts 3 options in front of him. First option, buying the car. Second option, leaving the key and exiting. Third option, starting new lease. And guess what most people do? Leasing again. Because the system pushes you to this. New car, new smell, new screen, new contract. Again 2,000 down payment. Again 299 monthly. Jake returns to month 0 again. But the payment counter doesn't reset. This is the thing of leasing. Putting you into a cycle without making you feel like endless loop. You look at Marcus, the guy still pays same loan. Annoying. But important difference is this. Marcus has a finish line. Every month, he gets a little closer to the end. Jake returns to the start every month. One is treadmill, one is finish line. And dealership never explains it to you like this. Because endless customer model is built on leasing, Marcus has a finish line. Every month, he gets a little closer to the end. Jake returns to the start every month. One is treadmill, one is finish line. And dealership never explains it to you like this. Because endless customer model is built on leasing. Now year 5 comes, Marcus makes his last payment. And for the first time in his life, he lives without car payment. Think like you directly got raise in your salary. Because now 522 stays in his pocket. But Jake still continues paying 299. And the worst part is this. Now he sees this as normal. Because human brain starts seeing repeating things like background sound. But even background sound empties your pocket. Marcus now only pays gas insurance maintenance. Yes, maintenance cost exists. Oil change, tires, brakes, sometimes annoying repair costs come out. But the car is his. Jake still swipes the card every month, and he doesn't realize this can continue forever. Now, let's look at scoreboard after 6 years. Jake finished 2 leases, his total spending around $25,500, and he has nothing in his hand. No car, no asset, only receipts. Marcus paid around total 34,000, but now he has a fully owned car worth around 11 to 13,000. So effective cost is not as terrible as you think. And the game silently turned upside down. But nobody feels this, because while people look at monthly payment trap, they miss the total cost. Now the things dealerships never tell you start here. Mileage limit, for example. Most leases give yearly 10 to 12,000 miles. Sounds normal, but average person drives more than that. When you pass the limit, you pay extra money for every mile. So after 3 years, suddenly $1,000 extra bill can appear. On top of that, there is wear and tear thing. Scratch on the door, stain on the seat, scratched wheel, boom, money. Because leasing company decides what normal wear is not you. And there is also stupid thing called disposition fee. When you return the car, they charge you $300 to $500 take back fee. So think about it. They even take money from you for taking their own car back. And despite this, people still think leasing is cheap because they only look at monthly payment. This is how financial blindness starts. Now you cannot say I bought a car, my head is comfortable, oh nice. Because buying car also has some expenses, of course. Does it take you from one place to another? Yes. Does it do your job? Yes. But this also has cost, of course. Don't understand wrong buying is also not perfect because people sometimes romanticize car ownership too. After warranty ends, all problems become yours. AC goes, brakes go, transmission goes, and that day your whole mood collapses. Some years you only change oil. Some years $2,000 repair comes out and your salary gets punched in one hit. But important difference is this. Depreciation, meaning value loss, is very hard in first years, then slows down. So new car loses value brutally in first years. But old car now drops slower. Because of this, the one who buys time wins. This is what people don't understand. Patience makes money, not showing off. Now, we go to 10 years later. Jake made 3 to 4 different leases during this time. Every time new contract, new payment, new fee, new mileage stress, his total spending around 45 to 52,000 and he still has no car. I mean, he has one, but it is not his. It never was. Marcus paid 34,000 for the loan. Then for years he did maintenance and repairs. Spent around total 44 to 48,000. But he still has a car he can sell. And most importantly, he hasn't made payments for years. This is where people see the real face of the game. Because leasing sells you comfort, buying sells you time. And in long-term time becomes more valuable. Now think about this. You do this your whole life. Most people enter lease cycle 4 to 5 times in their lifetime. The difference between them can reach $100,000 only from car choice. But nobody thinks about this because nobody looks at total picture. People live only saying how much monthly. And this mindset silently makes people poorer. I realized this late because nobody around me taught me finance. No family, no support, Everyone had survival mindset. I learned from internet. I made mistakes and I learned again. That's why I tell you clearly. Some people are poor not because they earn little, because they live inside constant payments. Leasing here is only example. Same thing exists in phones too. Subscriptions too. People got used to constantly paying more than owning. System already wants this because person who constantly pays does not think. He only continues. Now be honest to yourself, if you will really invest the monthly difference coming from leasing, maybe it can make sense. But most people go spend that difference on food, coffee, useless shopping. So, in theory, leasing can make sense. But in practice, for most people, it works like financial hole because there is no discipline. And when there is no system, money evaporates. When Jake and Marcus left dealership, both thought themselves smart. Jake saw low payment. Marcus saw ownership. But neither of them sat down and made 10-year calculation. This is where real trap is. People make $30,000 decision according to monthly payment. They don't think about total cost. And one of the most expensive mistakes in your life starts like this. Now let me tell you one last thing. If someone tells you only $299 monthly, be careful. Because after that sentence, there is a big hidden number hidden from you. And sometimes life means getting silently robbed with small payments. So next time someone shows you low monthly payment, ask yourself one question. What will this really cost me? Because the only important number is the total money leaving your pocket at the end. Everything else is only marketing.